Hello, everybody, and welcome to Survivor with Jamie, Jack, and Colleen. My name is Colleen.
I am Jamie.
And I love money more than I love Austin.
Welcome to the show, everybody. How is it going on this fine Thursday evening?
Good.
Quite well.
Yeah? Good. Yeah. We are here to talk about Survivor Season 45, Episode 12, The Ex-Girlfriend at the Wedding, which I believe refers to Katora being the third wheel on the helicopter date.
Yeah, it was awkward. Like, you want to just let me out here? I'll jump. Oh, no, she wouldn't jump in the water. But
oh, too soon.
Aww. How did the episode get the name from that and not from Jake saying that he was a wolf in goat's clothing? It's like a perfect title name.
Jake continues to be the best. He's so funny. He's so endearing.
I thought he was going to cry when he didn't get picked, though.
Drew basically had a little hissy fit meltdown.
Drew was mad, and I get it, but
yeah, not the best night for Drew.
No, it was not the best night for Drew. But when Jake didn't get picked, you could see I go, okay. He goes, "Don't cry," to himself because he was about ready to cry. And I get it. It'd have been a cool. The helicopter ride alone would have been cool.
Yeah. How funny was the whole exchange with what's her face, Julie, being like babysat by Jake, and him being like, "I'm a cool babysitter. You can look for all the titles you want.
Yeah. Do whatever you want. It's fine."
It was funny.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that. It's like, okay, that Austin, said, "Hey, everybody that's being left behind is being left behind for a reason." And Jake's like, "Yeah, I forgot that I might need a babysitter." Like, running around naked on the beach.
Yeah. That was so funny.
It wasn't Austin's best night either. I mean, as far as winning the reward challenge, that was good, but it wasn't his best night.
No.
Getting blindsided by the girl he loves.
Oh my God. It's Dee's winner's edit is pretty, they're like yelling it at us. So either she's going home next, in the fallen angel position, or she's winning. Like,
I don't see it again, but it's the last couple of years we've been blindsided by the jury. I don't see how she loses if she makes it to the final three.
Yeah. Especially if she sends Julie there, she's got a cheerleader. Yeah. And Austin?
Yeah, Austin's going to vote for her. Maybe, Drew won't, but
I did notice something right at the very beginning of the episode, though, that makes me have a premonition with Jake having to Jake making it in at the final, because Jake lit the fire again. This is like the second or third time we've seen Jake light fire, and like everybody was, oh, like he lit the fire and everybody was like, yeah, like it was like congratulated. Like, that's a really weird
thing. Coco.
Well, he has an idol. He'll make it to final four.
Yep.
Again, I don't like that they put idols in play this late in the game, but what are you going to do?
With his underpants idol.
His underpants. I don't.
Oh my God. Can we talk about that crotch idol?
Up close and personal.
I'm sorry, everybody out there listening. We're skipping all around, and I know you probably want to kill us right now. But how can I ignore the crotch idol reference?
Because that had to be a stinky idol. I'm just saying. That idol had to smell. Can we be honest?
Hey, no one's gonna touch it.
No, I mean, how long have they been out there? 20 days. 22 days, whatever it is.
23 days, I think. By
23 days, no shower, no change of underwear. Come on, man.
I just think he found a really great new way to like keep people off your butt when you're idol hunting. You just got to do it naked.
You just got to get naked. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't have worked for Dee and Austin, but everybody else, I mean.
Right. Yeah. That's the breaks. You get in a showmance, you lose that safety net.
Well,
No, but
I was thinking, but once D won immunity and we knew that Austin had his idol to play, I knew they weren't going home.
Yeah.
right. Well, we always knew that Austin wasn't going to go home because he was always going to play that. But
I think Sherry just did the chat.
oh, what did she say in the chat?
She says, and Jeff has to hold it up and say, yes, this is an idol.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
I wonder if he wears gloves.
I was just going to suggest that. He's seen the dailies. He knows.
Yeah. He goes, I'm not holding.
Actually,
I am not holding that idol.
No, Jake. He'll just like, Jake, why don't you hold this up and show people what it is?
Yeah.
Put it right there on the table next to the
Well,
fire.
you think people would once again the idol's going to stink. You think that people would know that what's that smell coming from your bag? It's my crotch idol. It stinks. And that is a bad smelling idol.
I just love that he started the story and then kind of like trailed off about, it's fun to search in your underwear. And it's like, yeah, I did a play in college in my underwear. And then, he just kind of trails off like, maybe I shouldn't be telling this on television.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a character.
He's a character.
I felt bad for him though, because he thought he was deciding the vote and was going to use it on his resume, but they all wanted Drew out anyway, so it kind of just.
He is so determined to make that plan work somehow.
I know. My heart breaks for Jake. I want him to get his move. I just want him to get one move. I don't think anybody respects him enough to vote for him in the end. But I just want him to have the satisfaction of one thing.
Yeah, that happened.
No, probably not. But I do like Jake. The end. That's all I got. Okay, let's go back.
Well, maybe when you go up to the voting booth, there's a little squeeze thing for, how.
Oh yeah, like
for sanitizer.
Sanitizer. No. That'll be Jeff before he holds it.
Yeah.
And after he holds it. And while he's holding it.
Yeah, after Jake.
I could see him telling him, yes, Jeff, this has been down my pants.
That's what I'm saying. He would hand it to him and go, that was next to my crotch, Jeff.
Yeah.
He's going to lube that thing up with sanitizer.
That was with my boys.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, is right. Okay, let's go back real quick. All right, we can keep talking about this. That's fine. It's more interesting. Is that an idol in your pants? Or
you're just happy to see me?
Get a couple of coconuts, really throw people off.
Yeah. I got some issues down there. What do you want?
I got bit by something. Something stung me on the nuts.
I'm not gonna be able to run that next challenge. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
I need some cold water. Cold water.
Can we get medical in here? Medical's like, no.
Okay, nope, not again.
He's on his own, man.
Okay. Whew. All right. D. I really feel like they're laying it on strong for the D going to the win.
Yeah.
The whole scene where she has to be a good actress. I mean, all that, like, really, what Drew was describing being like a perfect without hitch Survivor game season so far for him he was actually describing D's game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which was really funny.
He should know better than to say that.
Right? You never say that.
You never say that because it always comes back to bite you in your butt.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, in his exit interviews, he was talking about how he looks really mad. Like he looked really mad when he walked off, and he was like, "I was just humiliated." You know,
Oh,
he's like, I didn't see it coming. I was so embarrassed. I just like,
what don't Kelly was sitting right there and she didn't see it coming either, and she was
yep.
pissed.
And he does mention that, and he's like, Kelly's been through it. Like, she gets it. I know, like, and he was talking about how it really being at Ponderosa was like the worst part of his whole experience because it was just replaying over and over again in his head. Like, where did he go wrong? What should I have said?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It is. And especially when you really truly feel like that your one other person in the game is, like that they have your back, but then they start to make an alliance with somebody else. And even if the vote wasn't put down against you, it's like, it's that other person that your person trusted.
Right.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's got to be so emotional too when you get when you're feeling confident enough to say something as stupid as he did. Like, yeah, I can see my game. I can see the end right now. I see me winning.
But didn't he have where he could walk off?
Yeah.
Yeah, the safety without power or whatever.
But he legitimately did feel so confident because I think he had one more time he could use it. 2 more times. One.
Well, also they really thought that they were controlling the game.
Yeah, he thought he was super.
But he should have known from the week before when Dee screwed up the plan. I mean, they could do all the acting in the world. They had to have known. I mean, he knew. He even said that the acting is bad. He knew Dee said something, no matter what Austin tried to say. He should have. I would have walked off. I said, "There's no way I would have taken a chance." Especially a week after you tried to get Julie off.
And I think he truly believed that Julie caught wind of it. But he I was in the dark about Dee and Austin ever having a conversation about it.
I agree. I think that Dee really, by the end, they all believe that she did not say anything, which power to her. That's like the biggest coup. Like, it's a small group.
Yeah, it was great. She's playing a great game.
Yeah,
but like I said, there's no way I'd take a chance this late in the game. I mean, you have Dee has immunity. Austin has an idol, so that leaves 4 people to vote for. I mean, no one's going to vote for Jake, right? So there's 3.
Yeah.
Katurah knows going to vote for her, so it's between Julie and Drew. I walk off. I just say, okay, I'm going to walk off. You guys vote.
He doesn't actually even really talk about messing up by not using that. He calls out his biggest mistake as being the previous tribal and not splitting the votes.
Yeah,
because he said if
that was his biggest mistake. He would have he probably would still be in the game if they had split the votes. Yeah,
split the votes, because he said, Emily being gone, that's actually a win for me because I don't have to do it. But then he realized if Emily was still in the game, she would have been targeted over him.
Yeah, and she was his number.
Yeah. So hindsight.
It's always 2020, man.
you don't want to go home with again, but you never want to go home with an advantage or But I would have walked.
Austin was at the last place. He felt really confident. He saw where the numbers were, and he was still like, "Yeah, I'm playing it because I'm not going home with this in my pocket. I'm not, I don't need to bring a souvenir home." So
right.
Yeah.
I thought first he was going to play it for Drew.
Oh, I wish that would have been so bad.
But he had no clue.
You know what? Until I read the exit interviews of Drew's, I had convinced myself that he still knew. We just hadn't seen the conversation yet that Dee had with him, because they painted it all up like I might have a conversation with him, I might not, and then off to tribal they go. So I figured maybe he does know. And the whole time I'm trying to read Austin as like, are you acting surprised or are you actually surprised?
I think he was actually surprised.
Yeah, and then reading Drew's
it was more disappointment than surprise. I'll be shocked if it comes out that he knew ahead of time.
Yeah, I feel like there's a pretty good chance at this point he did not know. Drew's I feel like Drew would have said like, yeah, he knew.
Yeah,
Sussed that one out.
Yeah, because his face was like he just kept looking at D, and he's like going, "You didn't trust me enough to tell me."
Yeah,
and it's like kudos to her. I mean, she's there to win the game. I mean, she's there to win the game. If he accepts it, fine. If not, she'll move on, unless she's just using him, for a vote.
I mean, he wanted an Amber Rob Island relationship, and he's getting one. So
it's fine. Just give him a night of sanctuary.
If I'm him, I get rid of
15 minutes.
I vote her out in the
next 30
seconds. I vote her out in the next round if she doesn't win immunity.
Anybody else playing?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anybody else playing that game right now has got to see it.
You would think.
However, I still think that they may see, because we're seeing a lot of D's confessionals, but I don't know if they're seeing what we're seeing from D playing the game. So I think they all still believe that Julie is going to run away with it, which is wild.
Yeah. Except for Jake. Jake probably knows. He's going to hatch some 50 vote tie trade-off switcheroo plan. Instead of just writing a name down and making it count, he's going to come up with the tie.
I think he's definitely final three.
Austin?
No,
Jake.
Jake.
Oh, sorry, Jake.
Especially with the fire thing going on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they can hit us over the head with it, any harder. Yes, we know Jake can make fire. Can't wait to see it when he gets to the final 3 and gets no votes. Oh, look, Jake is the breakout star this season. Okay.
Yep. I can't disagree. He's in good company. I mean, Carolyn was the attention of the entire show, and she didn't get it,
No.
Very true.
I do hear that there are some regrets from some cast members that said if they would have had more time, looking back, they actually regret not giving her a vote.
See, and they should.
Yep. That would be the correct feeling to have. Yes.
Exactly. Okay, what else do we need to cover here? So Katora and Jake both know that they need to make moves in order to have a prayer at Final Tribal.
Yes.
But Katora is really close with D now all of a sudden. Right?
Yeah, Yeah, it seems like that.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of that, but I froze.
Oh, you froze. Okay. I was saying Katora.
Something about regret. That's all I heard.
Oh, people from last season have said they regret not voting for Carolyn to win.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Once they saw her game and how she was playing. Too late now.
Too late now.
Okay, so Katora and Jake know that they need to make moves. Katora, though, is friendly with D, which feels like a mistake for Katora's game, but okay. What else? Austin was a chubby kid with braces and acne. If you had shown me him and been like, what Survivor is this? I probably would not have guessed it was Austin. He did look very different.
Oh, yeah.
As a child.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Worked it out. He worked it all out somehow.
Oh, back to Jake's idol. Do we think that was fun? That he had to do that search at the raft, and he just happened to only have to do it when there was just 2 other people at the camp, so it was super easy to.
Again, it is what it is.
Yes. I mean, if it would have been somebody else, it might not have been as fun, but it gave a great opportunity for something humorous to happen, and Jake ran with that.
Yes.
Couldn't you have taken the raft just out fishing?
What a good point.
Just, instead of having it on the thing, I'm going to go fishing. See if I can catch something.
Yeah, but then they might be more inclined. If where was hidden was just out of sight from camp, which would be a good excuse to get changed there because you're just out of view, he'd have a better chance of looking than being out in the water where anybody could just stare at him at any point.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. But to me, he finds the idol, he's guaranteed Final 4. Right.
Well, as of last night, he was only guaranteed Final 5 because they might have switched votes onto him if they knew.
But he wasn't even on the radar yesterday.
Thankfully for him. Drew, what about poor Drew? I really did feel bad for him this episode. Like, we find out, he was never picked for the teams in high school, and they flew a middle school. And middle school is tough, everyone. I don't know why we're all such jerks in middle school.
The pits. It is the pits.
The pits. And
actually,
then
so is elementary and high school, but that's who's counting.
Yeah, kids are just jerks. But, he was so upset when they did the flyover just to say F you.
Well, again, I probably would have just stayed on. Why am I going out there? Hey, thanks for not inviting me.
Yeah, right.
We had some rice. Yay.
I would have just been like that with my middle fingers up.
You bet.
So these are not my middle fingers.
You bet.
I just
it was so funny though that like the other two waved and Drew's just standing there all salty and they started laughing. They're like, "Oh no, he's so mad."
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's what I say. I was taking a dump. I didn't feel like coming out and.
I was busy. I had other things to do.
I had to scrub that. I had to scrub that pot again for another hour.
Oh, that's right. On my damn birthday.
I do love though where Drew's like, this is such a bad day and I've had to spend hours scraping this and I love that Jake's like, yeah, but on Survivor.
Yeah, that ain't bad, hey? And you're like going, yeah, that's not Jake.
Look
Jake,
at that.
Jake
Look
is
at
right.
that optimistic attitude. He's right. You're on Survivor.
Yeah.
It's awful, but you're on Survivor.
Yeah. Could be worse, right?
Yeah.
Well, you could be just like
you could be voted off Survivor.
Jake called it. You're at the happy place. So when he goes back, when they go back to tribal, he needs to go over to Drew and say, "You're not on Survivor."
No more pot cleaning. No more pot cleaning for you, buddy.
It could get worse. Okay. Anything? Oh, so ultimately, Drew was the right vote.
Yeah, I mean, he could have won it. So.
Yeah, I don't know though because it's tough with this jury. I don't know. I still think that D is the only other person, obviously now, but Julie's just looked so good as a winner in their eyes. I don't know that Drew would have beaten Julie. I mean, he's great with words, but also it turns out that a lot of people there were annoyed with his words and like thought that he was rehearsing them in his head ahead of time to be cool. So
I just think he's incredibly smart and just
sometimes smart people are awkward. Yeah. Actually, a lot of times smart people are awkward. So yes. So I mean, yeah, it's not the wrong move. But it's not the wrong move. I think either he or Julie was the appropriate one, but
we have Jake and Katura. They're just hanging. I mean, they're just there, right?
Yes.
I mean, what have they done to earn the title? And you couldn't get rid of again, like I said, you couldn't get rid of D and Austin. So the only choices were Drew and Julie. That's why I said I'm down to two people. Mm-hmm. Okay, there could be a twist. There could be a turn. I'm walking off. I'm not going to take a chance.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Drew should have used his one real advantage. But
that's why I kept saying, walk away.
Yeah,
of course, I knew how the vote was going to go, but
right. Yeah, it is. I think the moral of the story here is be in Austin. Like, you don't need the souvenir. You want the money more than the souvenir. Yes. Don't go home with it in your pocket. If you have it, just play it. It does not matter.
Plus, if he walks away before he had to vote, right? That would have been
because you're safety without power. So you're safe, but you don't get to vote.
Right. So now you got they're gonna have to scramble going, oh wait, we can't vote for.
Yeah.
So who are we gonna vote for? It would probably have been Julie.
Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Jake.
Yeah.
Because Austin was immune. Nobody's going after D unless I could see.
Well, Jake at that point, Jake should have probably should have played his idol if that was if that would have happened, because
then it would have been Katora.
Yeah.
Because if the vote was then between the people that would have been eligible would be Julie, Katora, and D, they're going to save themselves, and it's going to be Katora.
Well, Austin would have a vote too.
Austin would have a vote, but
I'm saying that
on a revote,
he walks off before they vote, right?
So if he walks off before they vote, and Jake plays his idol, then there's 4 people left. Austin, who has a vote but can't have a vote against him, and then the 3 women who all can be voted against. Nobody's gonna vote like the Austin, Julie, and D will all vote Katora, and it'll be Katora voting for one of them, and it won't matter. So then Katora would be the one that goes.
But Austin voted for Julie.
Oh, and Jake would have a vote too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd still have a vote. Could you imagine if this whole thing turned around on Jake and then they had to do a revote and he went home? Like his plan
No,
worked,
he'd be safe. He would be safe. No, because if he played his
he's got his idol, right? But now I'm just like his like obsession with this like tie breaking thing, like with the revote thing. It would have like easily.
That's
it
like
could
the
have
last
almost flipped on him.
The last tribal he saw before he left to go to Fiji was a tribal in which that happened. So really wants it.
It's going to be me. I'm going to make this happen.
Okay, so then in that case, I still think Katora goes home, because even if Jake and Katora teamed up and voted for Julie, Austin, and D would stick together and go Katora. So that's why I still think Katora would go home. If that all hell broke loose situation happened.
But Austin was told that D was voting for Julie.
Yep.
So
yeah,
but he's still not going to do anything without talking to Mother first.
But no, I'm saying
if they had a chance to scramble and talk, it would all it would take is for D to say no, not Julie, Katura, and he changed.
And plus, in that case, Drew would have left, so Austin never would have found out that the plan was to vote for Drew, because then they wouldn't be able to vote for him. So as far as he knows,
what I'm saying is, though, if they go to vote, they said, "Why is Austin going to?" Okay, but he's all 100% behind voting for Julie, and that's what he thinks that Dee's going to do.
Vote.
He thought that everybody was voting for Julie, so why would
then
he
it
go?
Would be a tie.
So he would still vote for Julie, but then Dee would have the biggest problem, because she would have to come out, and if she voted for Katura saving Julie, then people would go, okay, then she did tell Julie that. So she would it would have been a fun tribal council if that would have happened, because Dee would have had to go, okay, I need to vote Julie to keep my cover and to keep my trust with Austin.
Yep. But that would have been great for her to explain to the jury when she's sitting at the final 3.
Right.
I mean, it would have worked in her advantage in the end anyway.
I don't know.
But she couldn't vote for Katura, because it would be like
Well, I'm personally under the belief that at this point, Austin has lost to the agency in his game, and whatever Dee said that Austin should do is what Austin would have done. Like, I just feel that's where he's at in the game now. Like, so whatever Dee says, that's what Austin's gonna do.
Yeah. It's a shame, because he could win it.
Yeah. Yes.
Absolutely. I don't think she takes him to final 3.
I don't.
Seriously, if she has a chance, she's playing a smart game, and she's there to win it.
Yeah.
She bumps him off. If he wants to stay with her, fine. If not, then
what if it's down between him and Jake for fire? Could you imagine? Could you imagine being like somebody like Austin, who is been doing great in challenges and had all these advantages, and then
you lost
game to Jake because of fire.
Yeah, I mean, that happens all the time.
Yep. That's gonna hurt.
Does he not know how to make fire?
I'm sure that he's made it at some point, but they just don't get nearly so excited.
We're just referencing the fact that we hear a million references to the fact that it seems like Jake is going to go win at fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Last night's tribal did have the potential to be chaos, and what it could have been.
It quite nearly was.
It turned out to be boring, but
yes, exactly.
It was a little meh. We did get to hear from the producer, like we got the little the little questioning to Dee, so that's not something we get very often. The production loves this showmance. They can't help themselves.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It sells tickets.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Mr. Katura going, okay, there's just no more room for me to move in this helicopter. Can I sit up front with you? Is there room up front?
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable.
I love this still. There's a still out there with the three of them in the helicopter, and it shows Austin and Dee holding hands and like being all like, like heart eyes at each other. And like Katura's got both of her hands like crossed on her lap, and she's like looking out the window, and it's like the gay, like it says like the gay with every couple when they go out. Like, like, oh my gosh. It's a great still though. It's like, I love that we got to watch her be super excited, and then it literally dawned on her as she's watching it, like, I'm the third wheel. Like, oh crap.
I wonder if she knew that they were close before, because
I think everybody knew.
I mean, they're not hiding it anymore.
Not really. Mm-mm.
So it's just like, again, normally that's a death sentence for Survivor players, but I don't know.
Not when you're everybody thinks that you have the power.
Yep.
See, I didn't see that. I wasn't on Twitter. I only watched the episode this afternoon because we did the broadcast last night. So, I missed out on all that fun and exit interviews and all that. But I am going to make sure that I go and find that still, Jamie, because that sounds like something I definitely want to see.
Cute. It is so cute. Did either of you take the which Survivor player would I be BuzzFeed quiz?
Oh, I
forgot to.
I forgot. I clicked on it, but then I had screaming kids, so I stopped.
You got distracted.
Well, I did. I'm drinking tonight.
Did anybody notice that we could potentially have a 3-way lawyer final 3?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We should think
about that.
It sounds like an 80s sitcom, right? Like lawyer, and lawyer. It's destined.
Dun, 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 and they're all like this at the end. Are they giving the credit?
Yeah. I'm scrolling.
Those were the
I can't
days.
find it. But I will find it. Okay. Let's take a quick break, and then we come back. We'll do some feedback. Here we go. All right, we are back. We're going to start off with an email from Mandy. And Mandy says, when Austin picked Dee for the reward instead of Drew, Mac asked what happened to bros before, Can Jack practice his Survivor analogy and how Survivor is like playing hockey? How is Survivor like playing hockey, Jack?
Like playing hockey? Well, it's cutthroat. I mean, it's just, you're out there to win the game. It doesn't matter if your best friend's on the ice. If he's on the other team, you got to take him out. Right?
Yeah.
I've hit friends before, just boom, sorry.
Excuse me.
You got to be careful. It is maybe a little too soon for the hockey cutthroat analogy.
Oh, okay, that's true.
We're all still healing from that one.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Oops. Hockey's a violent game, so Survivor. I mean, Austin could have had his heart broken. We don't know.
Okay.
It's like taking a puck to the chest. Stops your heart,
Okay. It's got dark.
Well, I'm just saying, that's hockey, man.
You either win Survivor or you die.
This game doesn't just rip your heart out; it makes it stop.
Maybe Jake could have a cup check, with the idol. I don't know. People like to do that when you're in front of the net. They take their stick and go right between your legs. And
in the chat, Jackson says that would be nice. 3 lawyers to the final 3. I don't know if America would think it would be nice, but there sure would be a lot of legalese. There'd be a lot of objection and
it
would be really fun to watch 3 lawyers have to defend their case to a jury. Like,
well, what kind of law does Julie practice? Because I don't think she does litigation, but Katurah and Drew obviously do. Katurah and Jake do because they're ADAs and something else.
I feel like Julie's had something to do with taxes or something, money. I don't know. I feel like
did she do estate planning? Does she do estate planning?
Maybe that's it.
Okay, because I know she got into it after her divorce, but I don't think she does family law. No, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, there would be a lot of it. Would definitely be. It would be a very chatty, interesting final 3 in that regard. Okay. So apparently episode title wasn't going to last all season. They really could have done better with this week's title. That's what we said too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, okay. Well, obviously we were incorrect. Like the ex-girlfriend at the wedding, that is referring to when Drew was, I totally forgot this. Drew was pissed about being left at home.
Yes.
Oh, did he say that?
I didn't hear him say it, but again, and I was watching too, but whatever. I'm not. I think they could have done sheep and goats. What was it? Sheep and goats clothing? Wolf and goats clothing?
Yeah, wolf and goats. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I played a goat on Broadway,
And then finally, she says, fingers crossed, Mama J wins next week. I don't think Mama J is winning, but that's just me.
It depends on who she goes with. She goes with Katurah and Jake, she wins.
For sure.
If she goes with D, no chance.
It's going to be hard to take both D and Austin out, though. Because they're going to have each other's back until one goes home. And really,
I don't think, I still say, because D's only competition is Austin.
It's going to be, I mean, of course they could change it, but it's been consistent for years. It's going to be the, what is it called again? The ball, like the multiple balls on the tracks that you have to get your timing right on.
Right.
It's going to be that, right? Like, it would be weird if it's not that at this point.
If it's a balancing type thing, D would win.
Yes.
I mean, she did
that big toe is going to be her game winner.
Yeah, she did not move. That ball did not move.
She didn't move at all.
Like, Drew's balls were all over the place. According to you.
The only
wait till you see Jake,
was like her mouth when she was smack talking, and that is like it. She was frozen.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you for that email, Mandy. Now it is time to get into the tally of the votes. Let me share my screen.
Breaking news, here. I did not get a point because D is still there, which is okay.
All right, here we go.
D, I forgot.
Yeah, yep.
As far as, let's see, Drew, Jamie and I both got points for saying that he was going to make the merge. So Jack had him as pre-merge. So that is.
I've been slumping lately.
You have been in a little slump. So we each have 10 now.
Got 10 and 10.
And then as far as who goes home, none of us thought that Drew was going to go home. Although, may the record state that I had Drew going home quite a few times.
You did multiple times.
You gave up.
You had your sights on him for sure.
I believe you are now Janet's Dark Brendan. You are Dark Jack. Dark Jack is Jack. Is dark.
I've always been that way. I just don't. I hide it.
You have never hidden it.
That is true.
All right. Here is, I will change the names as we go along, but it is time to pick the order. So we're going from 5th place through 1st place for next week. Who wants to go first? We can all, I'm not as strict as Jay. I don't have a set order where, What do we got?
I'm writing them down right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing the same thing. I'm writing things down.
All right. Well, why don't I do a little song and dance while you guys are writing it down? Janet says, I am correct. Still love you, Jack. Woo, I wish I had the Survivor music.
We're going 5-1 as in first place.
5-1.
Okay.
5-1. Who was Lauren last year? It's that bad that I'm like, we had Lauren as 5th and 4th.
Wasn't she the one that had the amazing hair? She had the awesome hair.
Oh yeah, the teacher.
That's right.
Oh
That's
yeah.
Right.
Oh, I liked her.
How soon we forget. I got mine.
Mm-hmm.
D5.
D5. Okay.
Because if she is not voted out, she's going to win it. So I'm just rolling the dice.
That.
Katurah 4. Jake 3. He won't get any votes.
Okay.
Julie 2nd, and Austin 3rd.
Wait.
Austin 1.
Okay.
Won.
You think Austin's going to win?
If he can get, if D somehow out, he wins.
Okay. All right.
He's likable. He's played a great game. But he has to get D out. The only way he can win is get D out. Yeah. Julie could sneak in there, but I think.
Okay, so here's what my predictions are. I think Austin goes 5th because I think D's gonna cut him.
She has to.
I think she's gonna cut him. So if Austin doesn't win immunity, I think he's gone. I think D is putting hoes before bros, or whatever it is.
She's putting cash before love.
Yeah.
Again, yeah. I don't blame her. That's what I would do. I would be
dollar signs.
Cash before crotch, Jake.
Oh, there you go.
Cash before crotch idol.
Crotch idol. So, so I think Austin's gone. I think Jake beats Julie in fire, and I think that's why we keep seeing that. So I think Jake takes Julie out at 4. He's the no vote finalist. I could see Katurah potentially getting a vote. Maybe. I think she's more likely to get a vote at the final than Jake is.
She gets a vote from what's his name?
Bruce.
Bruce.
No, just to mess with her.
Well, it's a $50,000 plus mess because they get $100,000 for second place, right?
That's true. And then D, I think D takes it. I think D takes it by a landslide.
Oh, if she makes final 3, she wins.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, it'd be one of these things that if she doesn't win and she's final 3, unless Austin's in there, then you could make a case for both. But I think if one of these, like say D's in there with Jake and Julie, and Julie wins, then it's another where the jury didn't really pay attention to the game.
Mm-hmm. I could see somebody throwing Jake a vote because they knew how hard he was trying to play. So I could see Jake and Katurah being switched because Jake kept trying. It wasn't that he wasn't playing.
No, he just couldn't get.
He just couldn't get started. So
once the Caleb thing went sour on him, he was done.
Right, but again, I could see somebody respecting that, knowing that the votes are going to go to D and throwing him. You know what? I'm going to switch that. I could see because I think if if anybody is going to, and we say Bruce, but that's my hypothetical player. If anybody is going to throw a vote to one of the two of them, I think it could be Jake. Just again, as a respect, like you tried, but you made it all the way. Blah 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 blah. So okay,
Got it.
Jimmy
Okay.
Joe.
I have got Julie out at 5.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh.
Katura out at 4.
All right.
Jake and Austin. Jake, then Austin. D as 1.
Ooh, okay. Note how none of us have a lawyer final 3.
Lawyer is just.
We didn't pick that. Yeah, their option didn't get picked up at upfront.
I have two lawyers, but not the third. Sorry.
Yeah, true. Actually, we all have 2 lawyers.
Lawyers edition.
We all have 2 lawyers because there's 3 of them out of the final 5.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go. And then of course it's you. So as far as our winners picks go, Jamie's got D. Jack has Jake. I have Katura. You get the full points for that. And then I am not as like. Didn't Jay used to make us go like if you get them in a row or whatever?
Yeah,
we have it that if you get any of them in the correct spot, so let's just say the only one that anybody places correctly is Jake. So then you 2 would get 3 points each, something like that. So there we go. Okay. All right. We're all good here.
We are good here.
Okay. Now, if Jamie gets no points, but D ends up winning, Jack and I could still overtake her because it's worth 15 points for our order.
For the order.
Okay. Well, can't remember last time I had a point.
I don't know, but it wouldn't be the first season where you were like behind and then win at the end. So.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be like that.
That happened last year, right?
I think it might have been last year.
Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
No, I won last season.
I think you won 2 seasons in a row then.
Did I win 2?
Because I don't think last season's the season you came from behind. I think it was a different season.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick before we go, Jackson says the final episode title is called "Living the Survivor Dream." Oh, that's such a classic title. So whoever says it, it's probably going to be Jake or Austin, and they're probably not going to win. Janet says her final 5 is Austin. I'm going in reverse order. Austin, D, Julie, Jake, and Katura winning.
Hey.
Katura winning. Wow.
And she says it's because she thinks Julie will work with Jake and Katura to take out both D and Austin. Otherwise, D wins. Now, that would be if Julie is smart enough to realize that it's time to not put her emotions first.
Well, I think she's playing to win too.
I think so. I think she's.
I hope so.
I know.
Once she got off I got to get rid of Jake because he voted for me. Her game came back on track.
Yeah. And I know that before yesterday's episode, so that definitely changed things for D. But before yesterday's episode, I guess like all the Survivor algorithms and stocks had Katura to win. So
really?
Yep.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I just don't see it because.
Interesting.
But that was before everything that came out yesterday.
Okay. All right. So I believe the finale is 3 hours long next week. We will be recording on Thursday, probably 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. What time works for you guys next week on Thursday?
Whatever works for you.
8 o'clock your time works for me.
Perfect. 8 o'clock our time. We will be here. Hope you guys will join us. Can't wait to talk about it. I've really liked this season, so hopefully the finale doesn't disappoint.
I'm sure it won't.
I think it'll be fine. I like everybody that's there. I think everyone's there is going to play hard. And
I wouldn't be mad with any of these people winning, and I think that's a testament to the cast this season.
Who's going to be the snotty person on the jury, though? There's always one snotty person.
It's going to be Emily. Really, Kendra? I thought it was going to be Emily.
No, I think Emily is like really in. I think Emily.
You don't think Drew?
Yeah,
no, I don't think Drew. I think it's going to be Kendra and Kelly. They're giving face. They're serving face every tribal. I 100%.
Kendra had her moment though yesterday.
Yeah, always. All right. Well, we'll find out next week. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and joining us in the chat. Thanks to the patrons, especially the ones that contribute to a certain level. And that'd be Eckhart Rigner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, and Ed the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. Thank you, guys. If you want to be a patron, patreon.com/JanJack. If you have any email for us, SurvivorJJC@gmail.com. Send it. You'll have a full day in between when the finale airs and we start. So that's plenty of time if you can't make it. Otherwise, I hope to see you. All right. On that note, my name is Colleen.
I am Jamie.
Jack. Dark Jack.
Dark Jack.
Dark Jack.
Everybody. Bye.